Welcome back to the Mason & Associates YouTube channel. I'm John Mason, President and Certified Financial Planner at Mason & Associates. Mason is unique. We specialize with federal employees. We specialize in serving you. And as you watch our videos and the collections that we're putting out, remember, we're financial planners first, and we do this second. We'd love to hear from you. If you're liking the videos that we're putting out, please subscribe, like the video so you get those notifications as we release new content, and leave your questions and comments below. What are you concerned about? What keeps you up at night? What questions can Social Security not answer for you? What questions can TSP not answer for you? At Mason & Associates, we'll answer the questions that you have, as well as the questions you didn't know to ask. We're Mason & Associates, masonllc.net. Again, if you'd like to become a client of Mason & Associates, you can start that process at masonllc.net, request an introductory phone call. And if you'd like to hear more about what it means to be a client or what financial planning really is, you can take a listen to our podcast, Federal Employee Financial Planning Podcast. We'll link that below, and specifically we're going to link the new client process and experience. It's a special release episode that really details what we do for our clients, and we think that it'll help you if you're interviewing advisors or financial planning teams to really decipher, are these people bringing value or are they just managing my money? So in this episode, Federal Employees Group Life Option B, that's FEGLI Option B. Now in previous videos, we talked about Federal Employees Group Life Basic. We'll leave it up to the government, folks. We have Basic and we have Option B. Well, guess what? They're different, right? So FEGLI Basic is the standard insurance that's basically 1 times your pay. FEGLI Option B, while you're working, you have the ability to elect multiples of your salary. So with Federal Employees Group Life Option B, you can elect up to 1 to 5 times your pay in additional life insurance coverage. So if you were to elect 5 times Option B, you would effectively have 6 times your pay in coverage, assuming you have FEGLI Basic and 5 times B. Now, FEGLI Option B is actually a pretty good deal when you're young. It's actually very competitive on a cost per thousand. But if you're watching this video and you're starting to get a little bit more up in age, maybe you're 45, maybe you're 50, 55, 60, well, something's happened over the years, and Uncle Sam does a really good job hiding this from you. The first thing is he gives you more money every year, typically through payroll increases, grade bumps, and what have you. So you've got merit raises, you've got COLAs, you've got grade bumps. Well, what's happened over time is every 5 years, your Federal Employee Group Life Option B has been getting more expensive. And if you were to look at your history of LESs, we know you have them, we know you save them. If you went back in time and you looked at what was I paying for $500,000 of Federal Employees Group Life when I was 35, you'd be shocked to see the difference at 55 or 60. So just like private sector group term, the cost for Federal Employees Group Life Option B goes up every 5 years. So the cost per thousand goes up. And since you're buying more of it, typically later in your career, it's going to increase in cost because you're buying more insurance as well. So here's just a little example. Let's assume that I'm younger. I could be paying as little as $65 a month at age 45 for $500,000 of Federal Employees Group Life Option B. Well, over that time, remember, every 5 years those premiums increase all the way up till age 80. If you maintain that coverage up to age 80, you could be paying $3,120 per month for Federal Employees Group Life Option B. $3,120 per month. So at 45 and 50, you're getting into this nasty zone where every 5 years your premiums are basically going to double. Now, many people don't have a financial plan at 45, 50, 55 years old. This is not a license for you to go into human resources tomorrow and drop your Federal Employees Group Life Option B. This is a license to say, I need to do a comprehensive review of my insurance. I need to know exactly how much my spouse is going to receive if I died yesterday or if I die 10 years from now. We need to see, maybe we go get a 20-year term life insurance on the private sector. Maybe it's similar cost. Maybe it's slightly more than what you're paying for Federal Employees Group Life B. But those premiums would be fixed for 10, 15, 20 years in the private sector. And the cost to own that insurance privately is going to be significantly cheaper than maintaining that FEGLI Option B. So if you're healthy, if you're a non-smoker, you're in average or better health, we can probably replace, now that's a dangerous word in the insurance industry, but you can probably replace your Federal Employees Group Life Option B with a private sector term, save premiums, have better coverage, and save money over your lifetime. So this is a license to analyze the situation. It's a recommendation to do a comprehensive review. It's not, please go home and drop your FEGLI Option B, because that's not the case. Now, if you're thinking about dropping FEGLI Option B and acquiring a term life insurance privately, we would suggest that you acquire that new life insurance policy first. Go through underwriting, get the policy issued. Once you have your new policy in hand, that's when we can consider dropping Federal Employees Group Life Option B. But remember, we're not dropping Basic. So Basic we're probably keeping. FEGLI Option B, we want to see if we can do better. You've heard it in other videos, folks. One of the things we're big fans of, full survivor benefits at retirement. Not only is it retirement income to you, if you have survivor benefits, that's actually a life insurance policy as well. So if we're doing our financial planning correctly, one of our favorite sayings at Mason & Associates is if you can afford to retire, you can afford to die, which means we need a lot of insurance early while we're raising family and early in mid-career. And as we get closer to our TSP being liquid and we have those big pensions that you've been earning for the last 30 or 40 years, typically if you can afford to retire, you can also afford to die. We're Mason & Associates. Thank you for being here with us on this episode, Federal Employees Group Life Option B while you're working. Thank you. We'll see you next time.